Chapter 1. The Crimson Pledge of Mount Kailash. Shiva, the formidable young chief of the Guna tribe, stood sentinel on a jagged outcrop overlooking Mansarovar Lake. The sun, a molten orange orb, bled into the towering, snow-covered peaks surrounding the sacred waters, painting the sky in fiery hues. Each breath was a frosty cloud, a physical manifestation of his anxieties. His long, dark hair, usually wild and free, was held back by a leather thong, revealing battle scars that crisscrossed his brow like ancient rivers. A shaggy beard framed his strong jaw, and the tiger-skin skirt he wore whispered tales of hunts and skirmishes. He gripped a yak-bone chillum, its scent of burnt herbs a comforting, earthy counterpoint to the chill wind. Beside him, Bhadra, his loyal childhood friend and a powerful warrior, his noticeable hump outlined against the fading light, shifted restlessly in his tribal battle attire. The Guna, a people forged in fire and struggle, understood only constant vigilance against the encroaching shadows of war. Shiva's heart, though brave, ached for a future free from the endless clang of steel and the cries of desperation. Just then, a figure, impossibly large, appeared on the horizon, silhouetted against the last vestiges of twilight. Chapter 2. A Bull and a Baffling Bargain. The colossal silhouette resolved into a man of truly epic proportions. Nandi, a massive and gentle Meluhan captain, lumbered closer, his thick fur travel clothing shimmering with frost. He possessed a kind face, surprisingly soft for such a formidable build, and his eyes held a calm, ancient wisdom. As he approached, the ground beneath his heavy steps seemed to hum. "Greetings, Chief Shiva," Nandi's voice rumbled, deep and resonant like distant thunder. "I bear tidings from the distant empire of Meluha, tidings of peace and fertile lands." Shiva narrowed his eyes, his grip tightening on the chillum. Peace? Fertile lands? These were words rarely spoken in his harsh world, especially not by a representative of the mysterious Meluhans, a people whispered to possess unimaginable powers. Bhadra, ever vigilant, unsheathed his scythe-like battle axe with a soft shing. Nandi, unfazed, simply smiled, a genuine, warm expression that momentarily softened his imposing presence. He gestured towards the shimmering lake, then east, towards a range of hills Shiva knew to be desolate. "Our emperor offers your tribe a new beginning, far from these warring peaks. A place where the soil yields abundantly, where your children can laugh without fear of invasion." The offer hung in the crisp air, unbelievable and utterly captivating. Chapter 3. Whispers of Doubt and the Weight of Loyalty. Shiva's mind reeled. Fertile land? No more battles? It sounded like a lullaby from a forgotten dream. Yet, the Guna had always fought. Their very identity was forged in struggle, in holding on to this sacred yet unforgiving land. Bhadra, always Shiva's anchor to reality, grunted softly. "Meluhans? They trade in silken words and strange devices, Chief. But their intentions? They are as murky as a glacial lake in a storm." He poked at the ground with the tip of his axe, his brow furrowed. Shiva felt the immense weight of his tribe's history settle on his shoulders. Generations of Guna blood had mingled with the soil of this hostile land. To leave it, to abandon their ancestors' graves, felt like a betrayal. Yet the images Nandi's words conjured, children playing in sun-drenched fields, hearths free from the constant threat of siege, were intoxicating. Nandi watched them, his expression unreadable, a massive, patient boulder by the shore. He pulled a small, intricately carved wooden bird from his satchel, its wings articulated, and showed it to Shiva. With a gentle push of his thumb, the bird's wings flapped convincingly, as if about to take flight. "A token of our craft," Nandi said, his eyes twinkling. "A glimpse of what your people could build. what life could offer, if only granted peace. Chapter 4. A Vision of Green and the Shimmer of Choice. Shiva spent the night wrestling with his conscience, the chillum long forgotten amongst the ashes of the fire. The thought of leaving their ancestral land, hallowed by the blood and sweat of countless Guna, felt like tearing a piece of his own soul. But then, Nandi's words echoed. Children can laugh without fear of invasion. He envisioned the scrawny faces of the Guna children, their joy so often fleeting, shadowed by the ever-present threat. He recalled the countless battles, the brothers and sisters lost to the relentless grind of survival. At dawn, as the first pearlescent light touched the peaks, Shiva found Nandi patiently meditating by the lake's edge. He approached the Meluhan, his decision forming like ice on a winter lake. "Show me more of this land, Nandi," Shiva requested.